Commonwealth of Virginia, Bob McDonnell.
Well, what a great Fairfax County welcome. It's great to be back home. I spent all of my youth from 1 year old on growing up here in this great county, and I want to say first and foremost, thanks for helping me win Fairfax County for the first time myself. Jay, I'm delighted to be here for you. You forgot to mention also we're Irish and Catholic and both incredibly handsome. But we do have a lot in common. But most of all, he's a terrific candidate. Now I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. Any candidate that starts working 18 months in advance, you know they want to win. And we got a few elections, Jay, you might have heard about between now and yours. But the fact that you're here organizing people from all over this community that want to win is just terrific. Dave Ralston, thank you very much for doing this good work and your support for me. You and O'Brien did that great event in your house, and it was a key to winning. And it's really nice, Jay, to see your family here in support. I can tell you it's not easy running for political office, and it's not easy traveling all over the state running for governor of Virginia, but I wouldn't have been able to do it, I know, honestly, without my wife of 34 years and my 5 kids standing by my side. And the fact that Jay's here with his kids that say that is a testament to his leadership and his family, and the fact that they support him in such a big way is exactly the kind of person that you want to have running for office to represent you here in Fairfax County. So it's really great to see you, Jay. I tell you, it's a great sign when you're endorsed by Scott Lingenfelter and Rich Anderson and General Washington. I'd say that's a terrific start to the campaign.
I don't know, it didn't turn out very well.
And it's wonderful to see our leaders from the legislators, the 2 colonels that are here, Air Force and Army. A lot of veterans support Jay O'Brien because they know his incredible heart for the service men and women that have created and secured the liberties that we enjoy today. But so many of you that I've worked with since my early days in political life, from all over the Republican Party, some of the independents, from leaders from the Vietnamese, the Korean, and other Chinese and other ethnic communities that are here. Jay, I think it's a terrific start to show the breadth of your support. And all of you here, not only because you love Jay O'Brien, but I hope it's because you believe deeply in the principles that'll make Fairfax County and Virginia and America a great place for a lot of years to come. Because that's what they're about, you know? Those of us that have the privilege of serving in office, you know, it's great. But you know what? We're just a messenger for a package of ideas. And those ideas are the things that we talk about in the Republican creed, that we believe a strong national defense is absolutely critical for the future of this nation, and faith in God is indispensable for the moral fiber of the nation, and the free enterprise system, not more government bureaucracy out of Washington, is the great economic emancipator that our These are the principles that I think unite us as fiscal conservatives, and these are the principles that are going to make a difference in 2010 as Pat and Keith and Pat vie for seats in the United States Congress, and as Jay seeks to help us take back the Virginia Senate in 2011. These are the things that matter. I can tell you, over this last year when Bill and I and Ken were running around the state as a united team, that's what caused us to win. I call it the rock philosophy, results-oriented conservatism. We talked about those issues that make a difference in people's lives. When you're at the soccer field with your kids, when you're sitting around the kitchen table talking about what makes a difference to you and your kids and your grandchildren, you're talking about making sure that spending and taxation are kept to a minimum so you have more money to make sure that you have access to the American dream. That's what's important about our philosophy of government. Remember, Mr. Reagan said that government spending is like a baby's alimentary canal. It has an insatiable appetite at one end and no responsibility at the other. And so people like Jay O'Brien did that because we understand if you don't control government spending, you get what we have in Congress right now. And that is, you got $120,000 in debt per American family. Unsustainable, will bankrupt this country. We've only got $17,000 of personal credit card debt, but we got 6 times that much that every family has to participate in because of what the federal government is doing. Jay understands that. Our congressional candidates that are running understand that. We've got to keep spending and taxes under control. So I had the privilege of getting elected the same year Jay did back in 1991. We served for a lot of years in the House, 11, and then a couple in the Senate together for a few years as Attorney General. I can tell you the reason I'm here tonight is Jay is one of the most decent, honest, principled people that I've met in public life. And there's a number of reasons for it. I'm sure that training at that little school on the Hudson helped him a little bit a few years ago. I guess he couldn't get into Notre Dame and had to go to West Point.
No, he couldn't get into VMI.
I mean, seriously, if your name is O'Brien, what's got to be your first choice? Of course it's got to be Notre Dame. But you know, for you to be able to get into the United States Military Academy tells you a lot about the character and heart that Jay had as a young man in being willing to serve this nation. For 33 years, he wore the uniform, retired as a colonel, was a leader, an infantryman, and really put forth his great effort in defense of our nation to secure our liberties for a long time. That tells you a lot about a person. He was a small businessman for a number of years, an entrepreneur, someone that didn't want to rely on government handouts or government programs, but said, look, I have an idea to sell furniture, to help to create jobs and opportunity for my fellow citizens, to grow business, not asking for a handout, but saying, I believe in free enterprise and I'm going to be able to use my God-given talents to pursue the American dream with Savia and I working hard together. That tells you a lot about the character of a person to be a small businessman. They create 71% of all the jobs in Virginia, and that entrepreneurial spirit is exactly what we need. We don't need more people that have relied on government programs to get them where they are. We need more people to know what it's like to earn a paycheck and earn a paycheck for other people being in the Virginia Senate and the United States Congress, and that's why I think we're going to have a great year these next 2 years. Jay also was somebody that in both the House of Delegates and the legislature really represented his people well. He understood that it wasn't his seat, but the seat belonged to the people. He did good constituent service. He listened to people, so whether it was fighting on law enforcement issues, or immigration, or Megan's Law, or some of the other innovative ideas that he had to improve public safety and free enterprise and quality of life for the citizens of Fairfax County, Jay was there not only just introducing bills, but being a leader. He gave some great impassioned speeches on the floor of the House during the time that I was there, and that's what the kind of leadership that we need in the Senate. When it came time to stand up for those strong traditional values, to protect human life, to protect the institution of marriage, and to make sure that everyone had access to the American dream, Jay was a champion, a consistent warrior for the traditional values that have made this an incredible state since President Washington was in office.